Yo, I wouldn't last a day in the real world. I'd realize that my whole life was fake in the real world. I bet I wouldn't even catch a break in the real world. I'd be 6 feet under my first wake in the real world. All my life I've been a caged bird, never said a word, and no complaint from me was ever heard. Now I'm a caged tiger, a blind Kendrick inspired fighter, and I'm a burned on my future. All I need is a lighter. With each song I make my cemetery coordinates close in, and my childhood was fake. I can't even pretend like I had one. My parents never wanted to be bad ones, and that's fine, they're great. I can't complain and I shouldn't, cause if I do then I'm just digging my grave. And if all the world's a stage and I'm the audience who paid to see this, do you agree with this? Sometimes I wonder if my life is just a grievance, but I need this to be a positive song, so I'm getting along just fine, thank you. I'm fine, think you could grab a glass of water. Wait, where was I going with this? I wouldn't last a day in the real world. I'd realize that my whole life was fake in the real world. I bet I wouldn't even catch a break in the real world. I'd be 6 feet under my first wake in the real world. Just deleted an entire verse cause I thought it was dumb. Unfortunately I don't have lyrics quite under my thumb yet, so the teachers I must submit, who teach me that I'll summit if I sum up my music and make it muddy till I plummet. Just get rid of your thoughts and everything you were taught. If you live by popular opinion then you're always winning, you're on top and you're never gonna stop. Just keep talking about love and maybe throwing some stuff about the cops, cause the world is corrupt unless you also agree. And every shot of truth is poison with hypocrisy. When Washington left the stage, America was history. From 1621 to the raid on Palm Beach, it goes C, D, E, all you need, man. C, D, E, keep the peace, man. C, D, E, screw the beast, man. C, D, E, kill the trees, man. Long as you're on top, you're on top. Even if the top is a fake plastic box running out of oxygen, we all gonna be lost. But as long as you're on top, it doesn't matter the cost. That's why I swear I wouldn't last a day in the real world. I'd realize that my whole life was fake in the real world. I bet I wouldn't even catch a break in the real world. I'd be 6 feet under my first wake in the real world. I must admit that sometimes I wish I was born in Compton. I feel like my beliefs would be more confident if I went through and dealt with some awful shit. Unfortunately, I was living in the opposite. I was a good kid, raised in the middle class home. Big backyard, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. Outsiders looking in would say my life ain't half bad, but what about the afterlife? I'm scared I won't have. If you don't need to be saved, you don't need a God to save you. There's eternal damnation. I know for a fact that that's true, but I can't act like I'd be the last laugh or the last truth. I was living in the shell, so I felt I had to ask you. I blindly went along with whatever you said. All I knew was I'd be going to heaven when I was dead. I said yes, even if I didn't mean it. I accepted Jesus bleeding, but then I forgot to feed him. Meanwhile, my shell continued to thicken as I learned that the evil of the world was a given. When given the chance to turn my life around, I would take it, but there was nothing to turn around, so I just had to fake it. I sang along with the songs and then I clocked out. Sunday set up Monday, but come Monday I just copped out. Never question nothing, cause Christians suffer in silence, because God's the only one you need to change the way your life is. Let me just say, I'm not knocking religion. I believe that life is meaningless without some kind of vision. But every night when I was young, I'd go to bed wishing that God would show up in my room and confirm my decision. Real talk, I consider myself a pretty good Christian. My heart beat faster when I saw my friends slipping. Everyone forgets they're slipping when their dopamine is dripping. Most forget their problem solver in bottles and news clippings. I respect your decision, but you're going to burn. Of course, you turn away after I force you to turn. But it's not my fault, cause I'm blameless, sinless. But even the holiest wound up with the mistress. Did he kill his best friend just to cover up his actions? There was guilt that he built upon with the fear of reaction. But this isn't about him, is it? It's about me and every other Christian living in hypocrisy. Love your enemies has clearly been forgotten, and love your God with heart and soul has clearly gone rotten. A church is just a building and the pastor is an angel, and you're crucified if you don't conform to the right angles. I wouldn't last a day in the real world. I realized that my whole life was fake in the real world. I bet I wouldn't even catch a break in the real world. I'd be 6 feet under my first wake in the real world. Sometimes I wonder, will my future be fulfilling if my flesh stays strong and my spirit stays willing? I hope to go down as normality's villain, and in more ways than one. I hope to make a killing. I hope to kill fiction. I hope to kill conviction. I hope to kill the killers. My life is a space filler. My whole life I've been wishing for a perfect world where we slow down and just listen, but we're being hurled at 1,000 miles per hour towards our final loss of power. It's in the Leviathan's hands at the end, and all we care about is find the next new friend and cancel his plans. It's in God's hands now. Something's coming. but most importantly, I will not be forgotten. So far you could cut through my life like it was cotton, and I'm lost in my own head, wondering if when I'm dead my bed will be sold at a estate sale or art auction. Oh shit, someone died of suicide, and it's true, I didn't know well, but what if one of my friends do, and they break down in the middle of the lunch break? What do I say? Will it lead another life down the drain? I swear life is too easy these days. You unhappy, just throw your entire life away. There's always knives in the kitchen and rope at the store. There's always a way out, and you've got the key to the door. But what do I say if tears fall on the table and my friends don't ask for help cause it's cool to be unstable? And I wonder if everything that I do is in vain, cause I realize that most of my ideas stay trapped in my brain, and most of them aren't even mine. They're Darwin's and Daniel Lusky's. This crisis brings perspective, and I don't want to lose me, so I'll keep myself inside and lock my feelings tight as they grow to a climax. Another kid dies, man. I swear, what do I do? I'm no counselor, and I can't protect my feelings. I'm no bouncer. I mean, if you cry, then I cry. If you die, then I'll die of a deep depression lasting for the rest of my life. But oh my god, I can't believe that someone actually died. I mean, someone actually died. Kicked the bucket, bought the farm, but all these distracting euphemisms can't keep our hearts from harm. Another and another and another till we're gone. I swear no one will ever last a day in the real world. It'll just get too real in the real world. We'll run out of room on the shelves in the real world, cause everyone's just killing themselves in the real world. I can't take it, but I'll make it. I'll just fake it. I've got my ticket, it'll take me to the city where the citizens are sacred. It'll take me to the garden where we walk around naked. The words are never mistaken, and it's okay to be crazy. And God says, I don't know if you belong here, Nathan. You should have read your Bible, should have done more praying. I deny it, but I know deep down my heart's aching, yeah, it's dying of thirst. I fear no one will sing about me, yeah, I feel like I'm cursed. I look at love like it's a bounty, but it's not about me, is it? It's about him, and how a man took his own life completely on a whim. I want to tell a story, but I want to respect, cause it's only day 2 and no one's over it yet. Too soon, they say. What do? I say music's my outlet and you take that from me too, I say. But I should be nice and take their advice. If death is my vice, I'll just be closer to Christ. It's still a mystery why death is so enticing. I guess modern life put a clearance on the pricing. I thought my entire class was safe from dying, but I fear that this mistake will make everyone comply. But for now I'm in denial, and death is still a lie, and I'm still astonished at how any one of us could die anytime. Doesn't matter what we're doing, doesn't matter what we're saying, doesn't matter if there's peace, doesn't matter if there's pain, doesn't matter if you're canceled, doesn't matter if you're paying for what you said. At 5 years old you'll still be dead. D-I-E, dust to dust now. D-I-E, iron to rust now. D-I-E, don't make the fuss now. D-I-E, just have the trust now that someone's gonna catch you in the real world. Someone's gonna take care of your bones in the real world. Someone's gonna call you on the phone in the real world. Someone's gonna bring you back home in the real world. Nothing matters and conflict is dumb. I thought I needed expertise, but I don't wanna be numb. Maybe I just need sleep, this night's gone on too long. Or maybe I'll continue this vigil in another song. Good night.